Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will present about automotive braking system for assignment 2 MEV 321. So, we have four participants, which is start from me, Muhammad Amazan bin Ahmad Zaidi, Haziq Ahmad bin Akil Ahmad, then Haziq bin Faizal, and Abdullah Fahim bin Abdul Latif. So, first, for history of brake system. So, brake assist and braking technology nowadays is quite outstanding. The most effective and comfortable braking system are offered by their producers and in competition with one another, but it took a long time to get to the modern engineering solutions. There is no denying the significance of brakes in modern vehicles. Today, one of the most crucial automotive systems is the braking system. Brakes, too, has not always been so crucial. In the early days of the automotive industries, innovators were more concerned with figuring out how to get the car moving than with stopping it. The braking mechanisms of the day consist of the internal resistance of machinery repair with various straightforward methods. The first cars were stopped by levers pressing a hardwood pad against the wheel rim or other stopping mechanisms similar to those seen on carriage. In reality, cars shared many design elements with carriage because of how much they resemble them. But it didn't take long for it to be discovered that such makeshift brakes were not particularly effective. Wooden brake pads didn't work well on steep roads since they quickly wore out in contact with the wheels, and everyone wanted to move forwards at a rapid pace. In order to transform the kinetic energy into thermal energy more effectively, various strategies were tested. The use of increasingly effective linings, like those made of copper, increased the friction force. They had one important flaw, though: when they made contact with the metallic wheels, they made a loud noise. They would be covered with low friction materials like rubber, cotton, or asbestos to fix this. Since cars could not move quickly, these fixes were appropriate. So I will pass to next participant for timelines and milestone of brake system technology.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Haziq Ahmad and I will be presenting about timelines and milestones of the brake system technology. The earliest motion prevention and momentum slowing devices were tested in the 1800s. Over a century later, the braking system has developed into a sophisticated mechanism that can respond to various driving circumstances. The development of brake systems, from the first drum brakes to the present day disc, has increased safety and decreased the likelihood of auto accidents around the world. It is difficult to identify the creator of the first braking system because there have been so many variations over the past century, yet individuals who created these systems all shared the same objective: to enable people to manage a motor vehicle. Over time, innovators have improved upon this basic concept by introducing new technology to the brake system with the aim of fostering safer conditions. You might be able to seek damages for your losses if another driver's negligence caused a vehicle accident that injured you or a loved one. The attorneys at Greg Montforton and partners feel that the negligent parties should be held accountable for their actions inflicting harm on another individual. Brakes have seen an astonishing amount of development through the years, including the incorporation of numerous new technologies. The improvement of vehicle safety and effectiveness is given top attention in all new brake system advancements. Numerous braking techniques have been employed since the first autos. As the development of brakes continued, each new system was created utilizing the principles employed to create its forerunner. The development of brake systems began in the 19th century and is still going on today. Wooden block brakes are one of the braking devices that have been employed over the years. The first brake system used the same physical principle as that are currently used to construct brakes, but they simply included a set of wooden blocks and a single lever that the driver used to apply the brake. This design was applied to autos and horse-drawn vehicles with steel-rimmed wheels, as well as steam-powered vehicles. A mechanical drum brake is the second. Mechanical drum brakes, which Gottlieb Daimler initially created, but which Louis Renault later refined in 1902, are regarded as the foundation of contemporary braking devices. The earliest idea for a drum brake was developed by Daimler, who postulated that attaching a cable-wrapped drum to a vehicle chassis could be utilized to stop motion. Prior to the development of the inflatable internal shoe brake, the vehicle's braking system were entirely mounted on the exterior. The brakes are less effective since the system is exposed to the weather, gathers dust and water, and is impacted by the temperature changes. Internal shoe brakes were the first to be installed inside the vehicle frame, an important innovation in the history of braking systems. Malcolm Lougheed first suggested the idea of a hydraulic four-wheel braking system in 1918. When the pedal was depressed, the system transferred force to the brake shoe using fluids. By the late 1920s, practically every automobile had this braking mechanism installed. The disc brake was created before it became widely used. The disc brake was invented by William Lancaster in 1902, although it wasn't widely used in the mid-20th century auto boom. The popularity of disc brake has grown due to the fact that as cars' weight and top speeds have increased, hydraulic brakes have been less effective at dispersing heat. The first system to use disc brakes integrated both disc and hydraulic functions and was introduced in the Chrysler Imperial. The anti-lock brake system, or ABS for short, was developed to supplement earlier braking mechanisms to stop the brake from locking up while being used. ABS reduces the pressure of a brake on a single wheel by activating a system of hydraulic valves when it detects the impending occurrence of a lock. The method improved the way brakes work and is helpful in giving contemporary drivers more control. That is all from me. I'll be passing this on to the next presenter. Thank you.
So for current technology of automatic brake system, I will present it. So electromechanical brake controls such as anti-lock braking system have been implemented for the brake system, which is ABS. The original purpose of ABS was to quickly adjust the amount of brake pressure applied in order to prevent the tires or brakes from locking up and ending uncontrollable skids. For electronic brake force distribution, which is ABD, such as anti-skid, stability control, and yaw control, relatively simple ABS systems have evolved into complex car control and hydraulic force application system. All new cars will be equipped with automated emergency braking, which is AEB, by the year 2020, as well as a sensor, ECU, and algorithm-based predictive brake help. So next, on modern cars, automatic emergency braking, which is AEB, is becoming more and more popular. Leading safety authorities rank AEB as one of the most significant recent improvements in road safety, according to Tatcham Research. They even claim that it is just as significant as the adoption of seatbelts. Tatcham estimates that over the following 10 years, AEB could prevent an astounding 1,100 fatalities and 122,860 injuries in the UK. It has already been demonstrated to significantly lower crashes. According to 2015 research by the European New Car Assessment Programme, which is Euro NCAP, and Association NCAP, installing AEB on vehicles reduced rear-end collisions in real-world situations by 38%. University of Adelaide researchers also discovered that AEB could have decreased the chance of injury by 25 until 30% and fatal collision by 20 until 35% in a study of 104 collisions. This is significant since front to rear collision make up around 25% of all collisions, and an AEB system can prevent or at least reduce the severity of this collision. So AEB was like sensors are used by all AEB system to identify hazards up ahead and determine like likelihood of a collision. The system will often begin by alerting the driver to the need to brake by means of a dashboard message or an auditory alarm. The system automatic or autonomous component will engage and apply the brakes automatically if the driver does nothing. For the purpose of preventing or reducing the severity of minor urban crashes, the most basic AEB system operate at moderate speeds. More advanced systems operate over a large speed range, protecting against accidents with a higher risk of fatality or serious injury. The very best system can identify cyclists and pedestrians in addition to autos, earning them the maximum marks in Euro NCAP crash test. AEB, which leverages the same technology that powers adaptive cruise control to increase safety, has been available for quite some time. One of the innovators was Volvo, which introduced city safety in the XC60 SUV in 2008. As its name suggests, city safety was created to avoid collision while driving in cities at moderate speeds, much like majority of early AEB system. Instead of saving life in collision at higher speed, its goal was to avoid whiplash and other relatively minor injuries at low speed. Despite, despite the limited situation in which the system was intended to be effective, Tacham observed a 23% decrease in crashes when comparing the X660 to other comparable SUV without AEB. So since 2008, a lot has changed in the world of technology. Initially, LiDAR, like detection and ranging sensor was employed in the city safety system in order to enable braking from higher speed and with for greater sophistication. Modern AAB system use either sensor, cameras, or a mix of the two. So I will pass to the next participant.
Okay, hi. Good evening. My name is General Hazim Faizal. For my part, I will explain about advantage and disadvantage of braking system. There are several advantages that make latest technology is better than before. Firstly, advantage of latest braking system is technology has made it better at stopping. Modern brake systems are made to stop better than the ones that come before them. This can mean faster brake response, shorter stopping distance, and better control of the vehicle in general. The second benefit is that safety is improved. Modern brake systems often have high dashboard like electronic stability control and traction control that make cars safer by, by making it less likely that the car will hit or lose control when you hit the brake hard. Lastly, the latest technology in the brake system make it use less gas. Some naval brake systems are made in a way that use less energy, which can help save money on gas and cut down on pollution. Even though there are so many advantages for the latest technology, it also has problems. For example, the latest technology for brake system is very expensive. Some customers may have the more to pay more for the new brake technology than for older ones. Another problem is that it's hard to understand. Modern brake system might be more complicated than those from the past, which could make it harder to figure out what's wrong with them and fix them. Also, latest brake technology has compatibility problems, which can be seen as a drawback when compared to its predecessors. The latest technology do not always work with older cars, which is problem for people who drive older car. Next, I will give the next present.
Alright, we got we are going to talk about new and future technology for braking system, which is regenerative braking system. Regenerative braking system is a recovery of kinetic energy during braking in vehicles with the combustion engine. A majority of the kinetic energy is converted during friction braking into heat and be emitted unused into the environment. Meanwhile, a hybrid and electric vehicle can use the electric motor to recuperate at least a portion of the kinetic energy for use. When the driver steps on the brake, the electric motor switches to generator mode. The drivetrains transfer the kinetic energy to the generator, which convert it into electrical energy. This energy is stored in a high voltage battery. The generative braking torque of the electric motor, which is the result of energy generation, accelerate the vehicle. For example, shortly before the vehicle comes to a stop, the electric motor can no longer supply sufficient generative torque and the friction brake must be activated. To maintain the required deceleration, the braking torque for a friction brake is continuously adapted to the current generative braking torque, which is a process called torque blending. The generative system from Bosch play a crucial role in this process. For example, the electric mechanical brake booster, I booster, combination with ESP have for high brake and electric vehicle, or alternatively the integrated solution integrated power brake, which detect the driver braking request and regulated torque landing. With all these braking system variants, it helps to improve the deceleration rate. Overall, the regenerative braking system make far less use for friction braking. This leads to less wear and significant reduction in brake dust. Hence, the regenerative braking systems from Bosch for increased ranges, lower fuel consumption, and improve CO2 balance. Next, for the conclusion, as far as brakes have come in the automobiles industry, not only has it given us comfort, but also it has given us the sense of security when driving. There's a lot of appreciate about the brakes in our cars, as we have gone from sudden brakes and jolting forward due to inertia to a more calm and steady braking process. The security in the vehicle has also drastically improved ever since the advancement made onto the brakes. Although the number of accidents are uncertain, the casualties from those accidents have improved. There are less severe casualties onto people and the car itself, all thanks to the improved braking system introduced into the automobile industry. So that's all from us. Thank you.